what we have here is we have a 4-inch Irritrol sprinkler. As you all know, Irritrol sprinklers use the same nozzles as Rainbird, Hunter, Weathermatic, and all the rest of them, okay, except for Toro. On here we have a 15-foot nozzle from Rainbird. Okay, we have a 4-inch little valve stem, in-stem flow regulator, and we have our gauge. This will be very interesting. We're going to open this thing up, and we tell you with little valves you only use 15-foot nozzles. You can see the gauge is barely moving, but let's bring it up to that 15-foot mark, which is about approximately here. And we can cover across this whole area all the way to here. And this 15-foot nozzle is going about 15 feet. There's a slight breeze, so the spray is going to be a little bit stronger to the right. Now, if you'll just hone in right here to the gauge, I'd like you to see the pounds that we're using right now, and we're at 15 pounds of pressure is what we're using. And by the way, there are no other sprinklers on it except this one. Okay, now I'm going to open this thing up, and the only way you get misting and fogging out of a little valve stem or a little valve part is when you go over 16, 17 feet. And even there, with a slight amount of misting, we're making this because of the breeze. You have not even 30 psi. You have about 27 psi. We have a guarantee that if you water 14 feet or under, no matter how high your inlet pressure is, you will never have misting and fogging, even if you have 200 pounds of pressure. But now we just brought it back down to the 15, and there's our 20 feet, and we're at about 17 feet now. Okay, now we've turned on one of the valve systems. And this valve system has 3 full circle PRNs and 2 adjustable PRNs. Now, did we find a difference on here much? Did it drop down? Yeah, it dropped down to about 10 psi. There's the 5 over here. And again, I can turn this thing back up here and bring it back up to 20, but now I'm going the full 17 feet. I'm at 20 psi, and I'm going to turn off the other system right now. Okay, when I turned off the other system, it took it up to 35 psi. But now, look at the spray. Look at the spray, and you'll see that I'm going well over 17 feet. Again, because of the breeze, more of it's going to the right than it is going to the left. So now, let's turn this thing again, back down to 15 feet. Where it belongs. And we're back down to 20 psi. So there was a definite effect when the other system went on. But when all the sprinklers are going on at once, you're going to get the lower effect. Okay, now I'm going to turn this thing all the way down. And as you notice, this gets dropping down. We can go now about 10 feet, and it barely shows up. It's 5 pounds on the gauge. And then when we bring it down to about 6 feet, you get a big fat 0. Okay, now we're going to take this off so you can see the inlet pressure. And let's see exactly how much pressure we have on the inlet. That is 40, 80, 100 psi. So we were giving this test here at 100 psi. With a PRN Toro's precision rotating nozzle on, and with the other system completely on too at 40 psi, and we've got this open pretty much to its maximum distance. But again, we don't have misting problems at all with PRNs and little valves, ever. If I bring it down to 35, bring my distance down to about 22 feet. Okay, look at the gauge and look at the pattern. You'll see that we're at 30 psi, and the other system is on, and we have the PSN going a full 15 feet. I'll bring it down to about 14 feet more or less, and now there's not a drop of mist now, and it's a wonderful pattern. And what does it say on the pressure gauge? That's down to about 23 psi.